Hello and welcome to Prodcrastination. My name is Lewis and I'm here with Aubrey. Say hello.
Yellow.
This is our first episode of this podcast. If you're listening, you're very, very welcome here. It's a gaming podcast where we discuss news, our favourite games at the moment, a little bit of trivia, a little bit of mail from you guys if you send us any, and we talk about our channels because we're both YouTube creators.
And we're both narcissistic.
And we're both really annoying.
Yeah. Procrastination makes perfect, basically.
Yeah, the name comes from a mix between podcast and procrastination.
In case you didn't get that as soon as he said it.
Aubrey can't say it, so it's great.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. Okay.
So should we talk a little bit about ourselves before... we've talked about the purpose of the podcast, I guess. Let's talk about ourselves. Like you said, narcissistic.
The porpoise.
A little bit of porpoise. Let's give it a bit of background. You go first, my friend.
Alright, I'm Aubrey. I live in the US. I'm from Oregon. I basically have a channel on YouTube, which will be linked, and it's obviously going to be on my channel, so... Yeah, yeah, I guess. I mean, I like to longboard, I like to play video games, and my hobby is YouTube, I suppose. One of them is. Yeah.
Cool. Nice to meet you, Aubrey.
Good to meet you too.
Alright, I'm Lewis. I'm from the UK, near London. I basically play games and make videos. That's also my hobby. My channel will be linked, even though it's probably going to be posted on my channel, but we're thinking of getting this onto iTunes as well, aren't we? So
if that happens, then...
If you're listening to this on iTunes, welcome. Thank you for finding us. If you're listening to this on YouTube and you want to not have to, like, you know, go into YouTube and just watch a blank video while we talk over it, you might be able to go to iTunes and download this and listen to this in your earphones.
Yeah, play it at work or whatever.
On the bus or
something.
On the toilet.
Don't play it in class unless, you know, don't give us a bad name. Fuck.
Play it in class.
Yeah, play it only in class. Don't listen to it anywhere else.
If you play it in class, though, you have to play it on speakers. Not in earphones. As loud as you can.
Yeah, you have to bring a boombox to school.
Exactly.
And pull it out during class.
Okay, so now we have to put it on iTunes as a rule.
Yeah, now that has to happen. If it doesn't, then fuck you.
Do you know when I like to listen to podcasts the most?
When?
Before I go to sleep. Because, you know, I always like to be thinking of something, but if you're not looking at something and you can occupy your brain with something while your eyes are closed, it really helps me go to sleep.
That's great, Lewis.
So if you're listening to this before you go to sleep, sweet dreams.
Okay, that's magical. I felt that deep in my heart.
I felt it deep somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, so we done for the intro?
I guess so. Introduction, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our first bit, which is gaming news.
Yeah.
First up on the agenda is Grand Theft Auto 5, because it's my favourite and I'm in charge.
And I can make small comments.
You can indeed. So, most recent news is they've released 2 batches of screenshots this week. Have you got them up?
I got one batch. I didn't know there's a second patch.
There's, like, what have we got? Altogether, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's, like, 3 blank things on the page that I've linked.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first 2 are really old, so we won't talk about those.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
So the bottom 2. And then there's a fighter jet, a sports car, and some guy's arse on a bike.
Or a lady. Probably a lady.
I don't know. Looking at the complexion of his buttocks, we can discern that it's a man.
I think that's determined. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at the fighter jet. Should we talk about this briefly?
Sure.
This is the most exciting screenshot for me because, you know, Grand Theft Auto 4 lacked planes, and, you know, that was like... Grand Theft Auto is like my favourite series ever. And I was really upset that there was no planes after San Andreas being the best game in the world. And so this is confirming that we have planes. Also, the guy in the seat there, the pilot seat, is the cockpit. Yeah, if you want to talk about cocks, which you often do.
Anyway,
is the guy from the trailer, which like kind of mostly confirms him for main character.
Yeah.
The car is cool. It's nice. Shows off the graphics a bit. The bike is cool. It confirms bikes, road bikes, which is interesting. Although he's riding it on sand, which is stupid.
It's just the beach.
If that's the main character, it confirms
He has a good ass.
and character customization with those nice shorts there.
That-
So at the time of
yeah.
at the time of conception of the podcast, those were the only 3 screenshots we've got. But literally this morning they uploaded 3 more. So we've got a guy with a parachute, parachuting into a canyon, which confirms parachutes. But also the guy isn't the same guy that's in the jet. So we're not. He's not white.
Okay, I don't know.
He doesn't look it, at least.
I don't know, man.
So
Shit.
I don't know if the white old guy is our protagonist, but we'll see. The next one is tennis in a nice big house, which shows us the hills of Los Santos, Vinewood. So that's confirmed for rich people in the game. And then there's some dirt bikers on what we can only presume is Mount Chiliad from
Some motorbikes.
motorbikes from Mount Chiliad, yeah. So, yeah.
Alright, well...
So those are the screenshots. I'm really excited about them. You probably aren't because you don't care.
I'm excited about the jets because I played San Andreas for a little bit and I cheated a lot, so the planes were pretty cool. And I played
good.
I played GTA 4 and I was like, where all the planes at?
GTA 4 was an excellent game for storytelling. The story is pretty awesome. Like all of the games were good storytelling, but I think they were like, oh yeah, let's make a movie out of this game, basically. And they lost a lot of their sense of humor. But so yeah, it's a really good story, like really well written, good cast, all this, but it lacked in the gameplay department, unfortunately.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So hopefully we're going to have a good mix of San Andreas and 4 with 5.
Sure, if and hope so.
So, moving swiftly on. Talking of Rockstar. Oh, your link isn't working.
It's redirecting. Just calm down.
It's redirecting because it's got the thing on the end.
Can you just calm down?
I cannot calm down.
Just chill the hell
I'm
out.
freaking out. Freaking out.
Oh shit, it didn't work. Oh Christ.
Okay. That's sending me to another piece of news. Oh well, we'll just wing it. We'll wing it.
Okay.
Rockstar has hinted at Red Dead Redemption sequel.
Yeah, they basically said, someone asked on Twitter, if I recall correctly, if there would be a Red Dead Redemption sequel, and Rockstar basically said, always be patient for sequels in series that we make, because they may either be already in progress or soon to be in progress. So
that's basically a confirmation for me. I'm gonna say
same
they wouldn't
here.
say that and then not release a sequel, would they?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Rockstar are sneaky, but not bastards.
Yeah, and they're not. Yeah, they don't trick their players because that's.
So yeah, I hope there's a PC port if there's a sequel, because Red Dead Redemption.
God, that would...
Back when I had my PS3, Red Dead Redemption moved me.
Same. Back when I had my Xbox, it made me happy. I was just happy.
It made you the happy.
Happy.
But yeah, Red Dead Redemption is the only game ever to have made me cry.
What?
Without spoilers, the ending. Oh, I was hurt.
Okay, don't ruin things for people.
What? You need to play it. That's another game that's like a movie, but doesn't lack in gameplay. Wow.
Play the hell out of that game.
Play. Oh, I can't. I just can't. I'm gonna tear up.
You just can't. Oh, Lewis. Let's.
So sad.
Do you want to move on? Or.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
This is you now.
Okay, next we have just some of Pandaria info. It's nothing new. It's nothing that was just released or anything. The opening cinematic was revealed 6 days ago, and that was pretty badass. I mean, it showed Varian Wryn and I think Thrall
Yeah.
duking it out on the island or what have you, and then the Pandaren comes out of nowhere, and that was badass, and his voice was cool, and the fight scenes were cool. And I mean, I don't have any fancy like cinematic opinion on this, but yeah, basically it was really cool, and they did a really good job on that cinematic. I mean, the graphic quality was amazing, and they always do that on cinematics.
Oh, you should have made me watch it before we did, but I didn't.
Oh, I don't know. Even back in Warcraft 3, when Illidan and Arthas like duked it out, that was amazing graphical quality, and that was some years ago.
As someone who's never actually played World of Warcraft, I didn't realize that Mists of Pandaria was about pandas.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought it was a coincidence. I thought it'd be ridiculous if it was about pandas. I just click your bloody link, and there's a panda.
Saw that there are actually pandas.
Yeah, it reminds me of Kung Fu Panda. Not that I've seen that film because it's bad, but you know, it just reminds me.
You're killing me. They actually are, because they're monks, and that's hand-to-hand combat.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd get into World of Warcraft. What would you say? How would you?
Wait.
How would you?
If
If you had to sell World of Warcraft to me, how would you sell it?
I'm not gonna say the stupid thing where if you're in it, then you get addicted, because that doesn't happen. Like, that's just... I hate people who say that, because you don't just immediately get addicted, but if you like MMOs, then it's probably one of the best ones out there. I've played it for most of my life. Well, not most, but I've played it for a very long time.
Most of your gaming career.
Yeah, most of my gaming career. And I've been on and off for 6 or 7 years, and I'm pretty young, so I mean, I love it. I know
See,
a lot of
thing
people
is-
love it. The only thing about getting into it right now is there are so many expansions.
Yeah.
There are great deals for them right now, though. Like, they made it so that Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and Cataclysm all combined is only like $20. So you could get the game for like $30 total or something like that. So that's pretty good.
Thing is, though, I never got into MMOs. Like, a lot of people have. Everyone's like, oh, well, the MMO that got me into MMOs is X or Y.
Yeah.
When I was younger, like, pre-gaming career, I played RuneScape like every other bastard on the planet.
Yeah.
But I never took it any further. Like, I think I played a bit of Guild Wars 1 when I was probably too young to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I mean, it really just depends on what you like.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like to get into MMOs because, you know, it's like
You get
I
new
enjoy
community.
role playing in games.
Role-playing.
Not like, oh, I'm a level 24 mage. I want to see my staff, but yeah, I like to take the mick a bit.
Yeah.
We've got a series, haven't we? Hobo
Yeah.
City.
Hobo City.
A lot of people listening to this probably have watched it and love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all role playing hobos. I had an argument with someone. That was fun. Should we move on? We're getting away from the point.
I just want to make another comment where Blizzard announced that 6 days ago also that in patch 5.0.4, which I'm pretty sure is the next patch that they're going to release before Mists of Pandaria comes out, that all races will be available. I didn't really read the article because I'm lazy and this is amateur hour. But it says, with the release of patch 5.0.4, we're making all the races of Azeroth playable by anyone, no matter which version or expansion of World of Warcraft they own. This includes the enigmatic Pandaren, who will become further available for play when Mists of Pandaria is released on Tuesday, September 15th. So they're all playable, which is, like, I'm not sure if they'll let you create a Pandaren, or if they'll just let you, like, if you were to race change or something like this, or something of this nature.
So if you can play all of the classes, right? So you had to have like certain versions and stuff before to play certain classes.
Like to make a
all
blood
the
elf, you
people that had to make like a decision based on what class they wanted to play must be really pissed off now.
Well, no. It's not like, okay. It's not saying that every race is, like, every class can be played by any race. It's just saying that you can play every race regardless of what expansion set you have. So
even if you don't have Pandaria, you can play a Pandarian.
Apparently, yes. Or if you don't have Burning Crusade, you can still make a Blood Elf or something like that. I don't know what they mean by this, but I'm assuming that's what they're intending.
I have even less idea, my friend. But going back to RuneScape, did you ever play as a kid?
I played the hell out of that game.
Did you ever have a RuneScape girlfriend?
Yeah.
That was basically like a hacker that was like, hey, I need some money. I love you.
Hey baby, I need 2,000 gold or whatever.
Looking LKIN 4, the number 4 BF.
Yeah.
In like what was the spawn? Lumbridge.
Yeah, or in like Varrock Bank.
Just sat in Lumby Castle, like looking for BF. 100 GP. PLZ.
PLZ.
Those were like pre-GG days, weren't they?
Oh, those were way back in the day. Back when like there weren't like the running animation. Oh my god, that was way back in the day.
The running animation was excellent.
Like there were 4 weapons in the game. Okay.
Ugh.
Do you want to move on?
Okay, I'll move on. Swator? Oh, unless you have anything else to say about... Oh no, sorry, we're still on bloody Pandaria. I'm going really far down. Go on, anything else to say?
No, Pandaria's finished up, and I'll move on to the next thing. Okay. Plants vs. 2, or Plants vs. Zombies
Plants
2.
vs. 2.
Shut the fuck up. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is coming out in the spring of 2013. Moving on. Okay.
Yep, that's good.
Okay. You're,
Alright, so now we're moving on to meta news, which is news outside of games. So it's more about the developers and things like that.
Yeah.
So Bethesda, everyone's favourite Fallout developers, unless you preferred Fallout 1 and 2, in which you prefer Black Isle, but whatever. Bethesda has acquired the rights to Stalker.
Yeah.
So let's click the link. It's another broken link. Well done, Aubrey.
It's not fucking broken. It's redirecting.
Oh, okay, good. So this is a very short one. I'll just read it out. An unconfirmed Ukraine report says that Bethesda has acquired the publishing rights to the Stalker franchise. A sequel was cancelled earlier this year when GSC Game World closed its doors. According to the report, Bethesda can now make games based on the franchise with its own technology. It does not have the rights to extend the Stalker universe, however. Bethesda PR manager Pete Hines declined to comment on the report. So basically, Bethesda... so what happened to GSC Game World? Did they go bankrupt or something?
I'm assuming something like that. I mean, Stalker was a great game series, but it was never really popular. Like, I talked to my buddies who love horror games, and they've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think I know one guy who played it. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it much, but I have Call of Pripyat and Shadow of Chernobyl, and it's... For anyone who doesn't know, Stalker is basically a first-person shooter. It's similar to Fallout in the sense that it's a first-person shooter in a post-apocalyptic, nuclear wasteland. It takes place in Russia, and you play as a stalker, which is, pretty much a mercenary that does jobs for people.
I'd just like to say that stalkers are actually real things in real life, but then less exciting. If you're a stalker, you just go to, Pripyat, and you just, walk around and have a look at the Forbidden Zone.
So
are they called stalkers? I think they are.
Probably, I don't know. They're based off of real-life things.
Except there isn't, muties and stuff.
Monsters and crazy-ass two-headed pigs and shit. But yeah...
I think the reason I didn't get into Stalker... I love Fallout, but I think the reason I didn't get into Stalker is because it lacks the sort of sense of humour and the... I don't know.
Yeah, it's really serious. It's not necessarily a wasteland.
Yeah.
It's just sort of there is nuclear fallout and people have been mutated and society...
Yeah, everyone knows Chernobyl. Everyone knows what happened. There was a nuclear meltdown of a power plant, and this is basically the remnants of... And it's comparing it to Fallout is weird because yes, it's sort of the same. It's a bit of an RPG as well, isn't it? In a way.
I mean, but
it's just much grittier.
It's really, it's not okay.
I'd say it's a mix. From what I've seen, it's a mix between DayZ and Fallout.
Yeah, it's much more realistic than Fallout in the sense that your weapons do degrade. You need to repair them, and finding ammunition, depending on what difficulty you play. Finding supplies is difficult with the DayZ elements like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is that?
I think
we happy with that?
I have more.
Okay.
For this, I'm not sure. I hope Bethesda still uses the same engine for Stalker because I think if they use their own engine for Stalker, I don't think it'll be the same game.
But does the article say they're not allowed to?
It says they have to, based on the franchise with its own technology. So,
does that mean Bethesda's own technology? If so, it's going to be a completely different engine, and they're just going to release it, and it'll be full of bugs like every Bethesda game.
God, I'm glad that they've picked it back up because Stalker's a great series, but I want it to stay as close to the Stalker series as possible.
I think Bethesda has a lot to add to anything. Like, obviously, they've done so well with Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls and stuff, not just
Yes.
Oblivion. Skyrim was lacking, mind, but
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, "Nope, just like this video."
Yeah. That's a bullshit opinion. Wrong.
This podcast holds the opinion that Skyrim was good but lacking.
Yes.
Public service announcement. Yeah,
But-
I think they have a lot to add to anything.
Yeah, I hope they. I know they'll make games for it. I know they'll be good games. I just hope that they keep it as close to the original stock
I
as
understand.
possible.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Because I think if they mainstream it a bit as well, I think it'll be.
It would become popular.
Imagine if they took the rights to do a Fallout game, but in the Stalker universe, right? Bear with me, but it's so you're aware that Fallout, in the Fallout canon, the world is the same up until World War II, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the Chernobyl incident still happened in the Fallout universe. It's set in the Fallout universe pre the war, but post the Chernobyl incident.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
This is just speculation. I haven't got this from anywhere. This is just off the top of my head. Maybe this is the beginning of the technology developed in the wastelands. So maybe this is like, so people started having to deal with rad roaches
Yeah.
and stuff like that in Chernobyl, and the Ukrainians sort of had to start developing stuff. And I don't know. We'll see.
Very interesting.
Probably not. That was just, I don't know. I had that idea, and then
Maybe.
I thought I'd talk about it.
Maybe it'll just be another Fallout game, but in Chernobyl.
Well, they don't need the stalker rights for that, do they?
Well, I mean, maybe they'll just add. They'll do it, but they'll put you in the Stalker universe. Like you'll be a stalker, but they'll call it Fallout.
Well, I think
I don't know. I'm just.
Nah, they don't need the rights for that. It'll be a stalker game. Yeah, we're just talking crap.
Yeah.
Moving on swiftly.
Okay.
This one's you.
Okay. We got SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, goes free to play this fall, 2012.
You actually played it?
I played it a little bit. Not.
I haven't. It's another MMO.
It's not my. It was. I played it to about level 30, I think, and then I just kind of got bored because I started playing it with two buddies, and they dropped out. So I kept playing it. It's a good game. I mean, it's fun to play. There's customization elements. It's a good RPG because it has, like KOTOR, where your decisions change your story, but it's not as immersive with that sort of thing as it could have been.
Well, I imagine it's hard for immersion if you're in an MMO environment
yeah.
anyway, because there's like hundreds of other people. Well, when
Yeah.
it becomes free to play, I might well play it. We could give it a go.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I could just bring back my account and run you through to level 20.
Yeah, I need to play KOTOR as well. I own it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, same here. I think this is a good move because the game started out pretty decent size. I think it had, I don't know, maybe like 3 million people. I'm not sure. I don't know any of the numbers. I don't know anything about it, really. I know it started out decent sized and then it just sort of got boring. I heard from multiple people, that when you got to max level, there was really nothing to do. PvP, there was one battleground. There was one raid that wasn't really great. But there still are hardcore people that play that game. Like, there are plenty of people still playing it. They're all max level doing raids and such.
Well, free to play is obviously going to bring a larger audience straight away,
yeah,
isn't it? And
for sure.
if it gains popularity through the audience it brings, then I'm sure they'll start adding content.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine they'll add content just to the free to play like release,
Yeah.
just so there's a bit more draw. I kind of disagree with the free to play format like most gamers do, but I think if you're going to do it, it has to be an MMO. Like I completely disagree with it with anything outside of an MMO, but in MMOs I think it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's a bit better.
the only thing about it is that if they make things like pay to win, like in most some free to play games,
Yeah, it's pay
like,
to win, not free to play.
like Blacklight Retribution, it's not necessarily pay to win, but you can buy things that will put you above other players.
Well, it's like, once again, it's TF2, isn't it? TF2 is the big free to play.
Yeah, and
It's
then
the free to play king, basically. You can buy most things, but it doesn't give you an advantage because everything's balanced.
yeah, as long as like just because you have, say, a better spy knife than the other guy, it doesn't mean you're a better player. It really depends on who's the better player.
It helps you develop your playstyle, doesn't it? Because I play Pyro in... Everyone's going to call me a noob because noobs play Pyro and Heavy. But yeah, I play Pyro in TF2. And I use the back burner, which gives you crits if you're...
behind them.
If you're behind them. So that means I have to kind of sneak around, drop down on people, and that means I have to develop my playstyle to win.
Yeah.
Whether I bought that back burner, I think I found it, but I think if I bought the back burner, it doesn't mean I'm better. It just means it helps me develop my playstyle.
Yeah. So
and now I could play without the back burner because I'd just be walking behind people for no reason.
Buying things in free-to-play games is different for different games. I mean, first, like, there's an MMO, I can't remember what it's called, but it's some sort of futuristic MMO, and it literally it is pay to win. And with some games that are coming out, like Bad Company 2, no, with a past Battlefield, I can't remember which Battlefield it is, but if you pre-ordered it, you got a gun that nobody else got, and that gun was ultimately, like, in the end game, it was the best gun in the game. And that...
Nah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, I don't know about it because I never played it, never pre-ordered it or anything.
Whereas I agree with sort of free-to-play in MMOs, I think that sort of... You can't have sort of pre-order bonuses for multiplayer games. Like, I can't think of any good examples, but... If, like, say Just Cause 2, it's mostly single player. Like, that had a lot of little packets you could buy sort of in Steam.
Yeah.
Like new cars, new guns and stuff. I'm not sure what they actually had for pre-order, but if you could pre-order something and then you got like a special gun in that'd be fine because it's not game breaking. Maybe it makes things a little bit easier for you. It doesn't give you an advantage over anyone because it's a single player environment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that just because you can buy items in a game means that it's completely overpowered.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be balanced. If you're going to do it, it needs to be unbalanced. I think we're getting very far.
We're kind of running away from the same thing.
Yeah.
The point is, SWTOR goes free to play. They're probably going to allow you to buy things, depending on what that is. It could be double XP for a day.
Well, that's what makes the difference between free and free to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because free to play insinuates that there's stuff to buy. There will be things to buy for sure.
Yeah.
The point I was trying to make is I hope they do it right.
Yes.
Because if I'm going to start playing it, I don't want to be like owned by people just because they have more money than me.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say as well.
It's like society.
They have more money than me, therefore they're better than me.
Anything else on SWTOR?
I guess final point. It's a good game. Played it for a little bit. Excited to see it go to free to play for a bigger audience.
Good.
Okay.
Happy to move on?
Excited. Ecstatic.
Okay, good. So, everyone's favourite developer at the moment, Rocket, is looking at assembling a team to develop a standalone version of DayZ.
Yes. Yes.
Then don't know how I feel about that, but you're obviously excited.
I mean, it's a great mod. I love the mod. I just think if they brought it standalone, like kept the Arma engine obviously because that's what it's built off of, but if they brought it standalone, they'd be able to develop on them like for their own purposes. And I think since he's talking about assembling a team, development will be sped up so much. So
he's already like halfway there. I think he's got like a 3-person team already.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about having people for having people for this, having for that. But if they've developed a standalone version, do you think that'll help them add things and work out kinks and stuff?
They'll have a much larger motivation because just having a mod, that's just a mod. I mean, that's adding on to a game that's already there. If they make it into their own game that is probably going to cost money, then they have more of a motivation to continue development.
Let's face it, the moment they develop a standalone game, like most of the audience of DayZ is going to buy it straight away, so I don't think they have too much worries about money.
Well, that's not what I said.
Oh.
I just said, like, they will make it that you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I read the interview, which we'll have a link to in the... All of our news stories have links, don't worry about that.
All over everything is links, basically.
Yeah. That's why we're always talking about how broken Aubrey's links are.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the interview, I think he said that people who already own the mod not the mod, but already own Arma will get a discount or something.
Yeah. which is good because the players that are here and already have. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yes, good.
Well, then the guys who developed Arma are paying him basically, aren't they, to develop the mods? So
But yeah, pretty much.
I don't think he's not making nothing off of DayZ already.
No, he's. I think I don't know anything.
He's
about
on their
him.
payroll because he was like an IT technician or something for them, and then he left, started doing DayZ, and then they rehired him just to do DayZ. I think DayZ is now part of the Arma world, like, because I think they own it kind of in a way because he's developing under them.
And I saw a graph on Steam or something, I can't remember where, but ever since DayZ became like a popular thing on the internet and on YouTube and things like this, Arma 2's sales on Steam like skyrocketed. Like
It's like still on the front page of the store, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like you go to popular or like what's hot or whatever on the tab in the homepage or whatever, it's like number 2 or something like that. It's crazy. The Steam summer sale, it exploded.
Well, I don't know a lot about game development, but I'm hoping if they have their own standalone version, it means they'll be like able to add things easier, because like the hatchet is like bad. They had to code that in themselves, and
It's
it's
glitchy
bad.
as hell.
Yeah, and like it has like the graphic for a gunshot every time you swing it. Like
They need to fix. There are plenty of bugs that need to be fixed, and they're working on it. But I think that once it goes standalone and they're making a profit from it, and they actually have like more of a team than just 3 guys, they'll have much more of a motivation to develop further.
yeah, I think the big thing that he was talking about as well, like the sort of the headline of his sort of campaign was he wants to eliminate hacking as far as he can. Like he admitted you can't get rid of it, but he did say he really wants to.
It's just an
crack down
ongoing fight.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the moment, he's losing, so
Yeah.
he wants to sort that out. So that's that.
So keep going, Rocket. Get it rolling. Okay,
Yeah, Rocket, because you're totally listening.
Yeah, get on it.
Love you, man.
Shitface. Good job.
Okay, so that's the news. Are we finished with the news? Anything else you want to cover?
No, I think we're good.
I think that's our news. That's the news from our world. It's not the news from the gaming world full stop. There's probably massive things that we missed, but that's what we care about.
That's what we found.
So we're going to move on to the next bit.
Yes.
This bit is called Game of the Podcast. But don't be fooled, it's not one game. Me and Aubrey like to argue, so we're going to have a game each instead of having to decide one, because chances are we haven't played the other person's game. And in this case, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah, yes. I have not played your game.
And I haven't played yours.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you start on this one. So Aubrey's game of the podcast is Gotham City Imposters.
Thanks for letting me introduce it.
Well, you can introduce mine. I was just gonna let you talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay. Gotham City Imposters is an online multiplayer game. It's a first-person shooter. It's an arcade first-person shooter, and I effing love this game. It is. Ever since it came out, I didn't buy it the day it came out or anything. I wasn't excited for it pre-launch, but once I did get it and I started playing it, I've sought to just play the shit out of it, basically.
Isn't it very class-based?
Yes,
Am I thinking of the right game? It's kind of cartoony.
It's cartoony. It's really arcadey. Like there are little power-ups and there's like grappling hooks and there's flying and shit. It's crazy.
Nice.
Some people would say that there's a class or a body type called I want to say it's not burly, but it's like the biggest guy. He's a really big dude, and people think that when you put a cape on him, you can fly. And when you're flying, you can dive down, and when you dive onto somebody, it's like you're diving onto them from flying.
Wow.
and the larger your body type, the more damage you do. So imagine you're running around as the smallest body type with the least amount of health, and some like big ass motherfucker drops from the sky and just kills you with one smash. That's really OP. There are some problems with the game. There are some overpowered things, but they didn't necessarily fix that, but that doesn't happen as often because people got bored of just winning.
Yeah. So the game received bit of a bad rep, didn't it? Like not too many people
There aren't a ton of
play
people
it.
playing it. I mean, it's on
Yeah.
Xbox, PS3, I think, and it's across all platforms. I would recommend everybody to pick it up or at least look into it. At least watch some videos. I'll be posting some on my channel probably pretty soon.
I might give it a look. Maybe if it's good, I might come play some with you.
Yeah, look into it. There's a fix if you play it through Steam. There's a couple bugs. If you play it through Steam directly, your frames per second will drop dramatically for whatever reason, like your FPS. So you need to play it from the client directly, which is it's an easy fix. And you need a decent internet connection to connect to the servers for whatever reason. So I don't know.
It's a bit broken at the moment.
Yeah, it's sort of broken. The developers, I don't know what they're working on or if they're working on it at all, but they've been releasing DLC, so I'm assuming they're still working on issues.
Send them an angry letter.
Yeah. From the Prodcrastination podcast, you guys
Famous worldwide.
Yes, everyone knows about this. Final verdict on this game. I love it. I play it often. Everyone go check it out. Even if you can't play it, just watch some stuff. Get excited about it.
I've had an idea for the podcast while we're recording, which is probably stupid, but let's do it here right now. Let's have a rating system for our games of the podcast.
Okay.
How do you want to do it? Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Go on then. Out of 10, Gotham City Imposters.
Probably 7.5 or 8.
Wow, that's very high for a game that's quite imbalanced.
It's imbalanced and very buggy, but I just love it. I mean, it's like Modern Warfare 2. Really imbalanced, not necessarily buggy, but it's really imbalanced, and it's really rage-inducing, but I love it.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes.
Is that it for Gotham Cities?
Your game, you ready?
Yep.
Your game was Kerbal Space Program.
Oh yes. Kerbal Space Program is a game that, very similar to the Minecraft model of release, was released in alpha for free. Then I'm not sure if they're in beta or still in alpha or whatever. Now they started charging for it. There's a free demo version that I'll get to that in a minute. But I've been playing it since it was very early. I think a small YouTuber released like some videos or something, or I stumbled upon it, and I just thought I have to play this. Got the free version. It was excellent, loads of fun. I followed it pretty much from near the beginning, and I love it. It's basically a game. It's like a space simulator, but whereas most simulators have this sort of preconceived audience detached, where it's like some old bloke sat at his computer like, oh, I love trains. It sort of has this humour and this cartoony art style added to it that just gives it that extra thing. And instead of simulating like, oh great, I want to fly Apollo 11, it's like you can build your own rockets. It gives you I'll tell you about the gameplay. So it gives you your own, like, a load of preconceived parts, and you can put it together any way you want. It has a several stage rocket that you can build, and you can fly it around. There's a small solar system that they're always adding to. The next patch is going to have loads of planets, and you can fly. You can go and land on the moon. You can do all this stuff, and it's excellent. Like, I've had so much fun in this game. Like, you know how single player games that don't have a story can get boring very easily.
Yes.
I'm still playing this now, tweaking with stuff. Like, every time I land on the moon, I just it's tough, but when you first do it, you just get this overwhelming sense of achievement.
Awesome.
And every time I land on the moon, I play also Spraxaria Thustra, which is the song from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just that's insane. It's great. You just need that song like on a hotkey, so if there's about to be an amazing moment, you just press it.
I can't remember how it goes.
Da, da, da. It's great. If you haven't seen that movie either, you need to go see it. It doesn't make much sense, but you need to go and watch it.
It really doesn't make any sense. But there are pop culture references throughout anything, basically.
Yeah, if there's like something that's been running for a few years, like it has references to 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like The Simpsons. I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
Family Guy, Futurama.
Family Guy, all of those. If you see a robot that's basically like a built-in computer with a black circle and a red dot for an eye sort of thing. That is a reference to 2001: Space Odyssey.
That is that movie.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. I need to read the book, actually. I haven't read the book yet.
I haven't either.
Stanley Kubrick is my favourite director. Clockwork Orange.
We should read that book as an audiobook on our channel.
The Shining. Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's it's not copyrighted or anything.
As long as we're not making money from it. Let's do a special episode where we just talk. We'll do it Run DMC style, where we do a line each, like a word each. I'll do the voices, you do the other stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't want to do the voices. That's like 50 lines of dialogue in that whole thing.
Well, I want to be okay. I want to be a voice actor, so I'll do the voices.
You can't do accents though.
Shit.
I can do more accents than you.
God. We'll figure it out at a later date.
And the film was like British anyway. How would you do British accents?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
All right. Anyway, Kerbal Space Program. It's good. It's really good. If you don't want to buy it, like, go and look at some videos. They're fun. It's still really glitchy and stuff, but the glitches are fun in a Garry's Mod-esque sort of way. Like, you can go and screw around with it. You've got like infinite possibilities. You can just strap loads of solid fuel rockets to a little capsule full of these Kerbals and crash it. Basically, it's fun. It's fun. And there's the free demo. It lacks some features, but that's why it's free and it's a demo. But you can play it for as long as you like with the parts that are included. And yeah, it's definitely worth checking out at least. I absolutely love it. I'm slightly more harsh on the rating system.
2 out of 10.
-3.
The game's shit. This is awful.
I really enjoy it. 7.
Okay.
7 out of 10. Because I think, obviously, it's still in development. I can't wait for the new stuff. I think even if the next patch comes through and it's as good as they're making it out to be, 8 out of 10.
Okay. So I was Gotham City Imposters and Kerbal Space Program. Cool.
There'll be... Kerbal Space Program, there'll be a link in the thing. You can buy it. I think it's like $15 for what's now, and you get every update for free from now on, including the final version of the game, I believe.
Yeah,
Gotham
15.
City. Where can you get that?
I'm gonna put a link in there. Just look on Steam and put in like Gotham. Basically, just search that and it'll come up. I promise.
Good stuff.
And I think it's like $20, 25, maybe 30. I don't know. I haven't checked.
It's relatively new, isn't it? So
it's newish, and it's not too popular. So I'm assuming they probably lowered the price, or at least it's just not cheap. It's just not expensive in the first place.
yeah,
So Kerbal Space Program, $15, 45 shekels, and how many British pounds?
I don't know. I bought it for $15 and PayPal converted it. That's like around £10-12.
Okay, Gotham City Imposters, probably $30 or less. 60 shekels, and probably...
What is the shackles you speak of?
Okay, moving on.
It's 45 shillings. And a halfpenny.
Little metal kettle.
Little metal kettle. Alright, so next bit.
Next bit.
Okay, so the next bit is gaming trivia. Things you might not have known about the games you play.
This is basically Did You Know Gaming, but in a podcast format.
Yeah, we found a couple of things out.
We didn't steal these from that site, though.
Yeah, once again, we couldn't decide on one piece of trivia, so we've got one each that we're going to tell each other.
Because fuck Lewis.
Basically.
Basically, that's kind of what we're trying to get across.
Pretty much. Let's face it. Alright,
Okay.
So my piece of trivia is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mentioned it earlier, being one of my favourite games in the world. My favourite character from that game is a guy called Macca. He's a British recording artist in Las Venturas. He's there getting high, doing his thing. He's really funny, a bit stupid. Was voiced by the one and only Shaun Ryder from the Happy Mondays. If you don't know the Happy Mondays, you know the Gorillaz, don't you? Don't kid yourselves, you all know the Gorillaz, and everyone knows Dare. Everyone knows the song Dare by the Gorillaz. If you've seen the video, he's the head in the girl's room, and he's also the guy who goes, "It's Dare," and "It's coming up," and other things like that. He's the guy who says that. And I didn't know that, and I was really excited by it. That's my trivia.
All right. Mine is about Blizzard. Chris Metzen, which I don't know his official position in the company. I think he's a co-founder. I know that. I'm not sure if he's like CEO or something. I don't know.
He's what Steve Wozniak is to Apple.
Okay.
He's a co-founder.
Right. So he, being the co-founder and one of the head honchos over at Blizzard, even back way in the day when they made Warcraft, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft, Diablo 1, things like this, he voice acted many characters, and he still does today. And I thought this was very interesting. He voiced people like in Diablo 1, King Leoric. In Warcraft 2, character voices number 4, apparently, whatever that means. In StarCraft, both StarCrafts, he's voiced the battlecruisers. In Warcraft 3...
How does one voice a battlecruiser?
I mean, no, it's like, whenever you click on that unit, it's like, battlecruiser ready, or something like that. And
Is that your Chris Metzen impression?
No, I don't even know.
Battlecruiser ready.
No, battlecruisers actually are like their character is like an old, like, veteran captain.
Battlecruisers ready.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Are they walking around with like Zimmer frames?
What?
Smoking a pipe.
In World of Warcraft Cataclysm, he voice acted King Varian Rin and War Chief Thrall. So he's pretty much voice acted some very important characters in basically every Blizzard series. So I just thought that was very interesting and kind of a big deal.
It is interesting if you have any idea who any of those characters are. But
yeah. King Varian Rin and War Chief Thrall are basically the two leaders of each faction in World of Warcraft, so that is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
It is a bigger deal than... Never mind, I was going to get really offensive.
I was going to talk about a British thing, but I don't think you have that here there, so...
What is it?
We have this furniture chain called DFS.
Okay.
And basically they always show adverts on TV, commercials on TV for having... a sale, and they basically never finish having a sale.
Like there's just always a sale.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, come to the summer sale. And the moment the summer sale ends, they're like, come to the fall sale or whatever. And then they're like, come to the winter sale at DFS. Come down and buy a leather sofa for $4.99. And then this just goes on and on and on. And so it's a bigger deal than the DFS sale, because the DFS sale is not a big deal.
Okay.
Come to the DFS summer sale.
I'm so excited about this deal.
The guy who's on it is just like on heroin.
He's just really stoked about
Come
the sale.
to DFS summer sale. This voice acting gig is paying for my habit. Freaking love leather sofas.
Oh my god.
Are we done with the trivia bit?
I guess. I suppose so.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of the first episode of Prodcrastination.
Our next bit, listener mail. We have a ton of this week. Wait. We don't have any.
I'm checking the email address.
Okay.
Which we didn't even make.
Do you see any?
Hold on, I'm going to Gmail and I'm live on the podcast. I'm creating the Gmail for listener mail. Okay. Ooh. Where's the sign out button?
Oh my gosh. No, don't leave. Let's just tell me. Do you see any listener mail?
I tell you what. I'll look at my email address. I'm joking. Where's the sign out button? Honestly.
No, just tell me. Do you see any listener mail?
Oh, I found the sign out button.
Holy hell.
All right. What should we create an account?
Are we actually doing this right now?
Yeah, we are. 100%. Lewis.
Just make it
second name. Prodcast. It would just be Prodcast.
Okay.
Just to make it easy. Create a password. Should we just type this? Should it be the same as our RSS feed?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not the same as our RSS feed. Don't hack it either.
If you find out one, don't try the other because they're not the same.
They are not the same.
Completely different.
my birthday in there.
One of the 4s is a 7, so that's different.
Talk about something while I do this. If you want to send in some listener mail, you can send it to prodcrast@gmail.com. That's Prodcrast. Prodcrast is podcast with an R after the P. And we will read it out because at the moment we don't have any, so we're likely to read out whatever the hell you send, even if it's really explicit and not relevant.
Yeah, we won't read everything, but ask a question or request us to do something. Maybe we'll sing a duet.
Maybe, probably.
Probably.
Let's face it, it's going to happen.
We most likely will, but no guarantees.
Okay, so I'm looking. All right, I'm going to open the thing, see if we have any mail. I've got 3. We've got 3 already.
What? From who?
We have 3. They're all from the Gmail team.
Oh wow, that's a big deal. What do they say?
That's a big deal. All right, shall we go through? All right.
Yeah, what do they say?
The days of needing your computer to get inbox are long gone. You can now use Gmail on your mobile phone to access your email from anywhere. Thanks, Gmail team. That's really helpful to the podcast. All right.
Really appreciate
Next one.
that.
You can import all your contacts from Mail, from Yahoo, Hotmail, and AOL. They really, really want us to have a good time on Gmail, don't they? They're like, this podcast is so good. Let's send them some help.
I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Gmail.
We've got one more.
Okay.
To spice up your inbox with colours and themes, take a look at Themes tab under Settings.
Is that?
And then there's a big button that says Customize Gmail, and it says Enjoy the Gmail team. They're signing it off on first name basis, providing their first name is the Gmail team.
Is that customization thing like special? Is it like a special like privilege?
It's like
premium.
It's like partnership on YouTube. If you do so well at Gmail, you get
do something special.
Yeah.
They won't pay us for okay.
That's listener mail. Let's just not. Oh no, I've been signed out of our Gmail.
I told you.
It's cool. I can still see it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the final bit, which is channel events and outro.
Yeah, we're reading this directly from the document. Like
pretty
we're
much.
Not changing
I might even make a jingle for every bit. How would you feel about that?
If you do it, yeah, sure.
I love making jingles.
I know. You guys heard the intro. That's the greatest intro of all time.
It's so funky.
Like I was getting down when I listened to it. I stood up and I took off my shirt, swung it over my head, doing some.
Did you put the front of your shirt over your face and run around with your arms in the air like they do when they score a goal in football / soccer, depending on what country you're from?
Yeah, and in circles, I just ran in circles, and then eventually hit the wall. And then
as if you're Brazilian, you were like, "Goal!" Yeah. That is so 2005.
But I was like, Prodcrastination.
Even though it doesn't sound like. That's what I want the news one to sound like. Like an American news sound.
Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like everyone's
it's
excited
really
for the
important.
News.
Yeah. Everyone's excited for the news. Let's face it. Okay, so if you're watching this on the channel, we've both released our points of view of Hobo City and Portal 2. That's a lie. I've released Portal 2. Aubrey has released Hobo City.
So
my Hobo City will probably be out by the time the podcast is.
Same with my Portal 2.
You can follow us both on Twitter for information about the podcast and information about our channels.
Yours is
at Mariocat Gaming.
And mine is at Comsire22, KOMSIRE22.
Yep. And channel links, you don't need them because you're watching them on the channel.
Yeah. I'll link
to
yours.
Put a channel link. You can't put a channel link on iTunes. What's the point? And then the last thing is goodbye. Do we have a special outro or? You know what? I'm going to go all soppy. I don't care what you think. I just want to thank you if you're listening. If you made it this far into the podcast, you deserve a pat on the back.
Yeah.
This is real amateur hour. First episode.
Amateur 55 minutes.
Yeah. We're at 55 minutes?
Almost. We're like 30 seconds from 55 minutes.
Are you looking at the Skype call or?
At the recording thing.
I was going to say, the Skype call was going on much longer because we just love talking to each other.
Yeah. I love your hair.
You've never seen my hair?
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Goodbye, everybody. Good night, everybody.